Steve Shumbris with us from Scranton, the new head football coach for the Knights. And Steve, let's talk about this opportunity for yourself and for your staff this year.
It's just been an opportunity I've been waiting for. Obviously, I think a lot of guys dream or hope to become a head football coach at some point in their career. We've been able to maintain our staff from the previous years. I've been working there with these guys, so it's a seamless kind of transition, which is nice for us and I think nice for the kids as well.
Let's talk about the players you have coming back this year. We'll kind of have a nice base to work with, the guys that obviously you know from, and your coaching staff knows from the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always, one thing that Scranton always relies on heavily is our speed. But this year, we've really been able to get out and recruit some bigger kids in our school. And I think probably this year is going to be our biggest line that I've ever been around at Scranton High School. We're going to be counting on guys like Grayson Lavelle and Jaleel White and Nick Ambrosia. They're all around 300 pounds. We have a couple other guys on the defensive side. Karim Green at nose guard, he's about 330 pounds. So this is going to be a year that maybe we can rely on our offensive and defensive line a little bit more.
You have guys with that type of size, you want to make sure they're in good football shape. Talk about some of these summer workouts, getting everybody up to speed. Of course, you got to be real cautious with the heat. So everybody's kind of in the same boat, but just making sure everybody's working hard.
Yeah, the conditioning, you have to be tough on them. You have to make them work, but these last couple of weeks with the heat, you got to get them extra water, especially the big guys. You have to understand that they're maybe not as in shape as some of the skill guys or not be able to move as fast, but they're working through it. They're doing a great job putting the time and effort in right now.
Let's talk about attitude-wise, where you're at with that. Get guys committed. You hear coaches saying it's they have guys that want to play, but maybe they're working somewhere, maybe they got a family vacation, or maybe they're not as committed. It's 2018. Things are changing. We know that, but as coaches and as educators, we got to kind of stay after it and make sure we're trying to get the most out of them.
Yeah, trying to get kids out to play football these days is a little bit tougher than it has ever been, and I think in the past, getting guys, a lot of our guys come from low-income schools. They need to work to help support their family as well, which a lot of people don't realize. And they're, putting the time in. We practice later in the day, 4 or 5 o'clock at night, so they could work during the day and get that in. And then we obviously understand that, they're working a long day too, and then coming and trying to put the most effort they can in.
The teams that Scranton will be playing, they're all going to wonder, hey, what's Scranton going to do this year? Not that you want to give away trade secrets, but there's going to be a major change offensively or defensively, or you think a lot of it will be kind of similar to what most of you guys are used to?
Kind of similar. Last year, we were weak up front as the offense coordinator. We had to spread teams out and really try to get to the edge, and it worked early on and then kind of faded, and a couple injuries hurt us as the year went on. Defensively, the 4-3 is our base defense. Obviously, we play a couple variations of it, but we're not going to change. We're not going to wholesale change what we're doing.
Talk about some of the competition you'll face in the league, and again, something that you and your staff are familiar with. You know that you're going to go against some good coaches and some good competition.
I think every game on our schedule this year is going to be a tough game. There's not an easy one that we could see, and that's always usually the case, but this year especially, we picked up Scranton Prep. They're coming off a one-loss season and running the state playoffs. The 6A schools that we play, Williamsport has a quarterback and probably one of the best tailbacks in the state, if not of the east side of the country. And then Hazelton, same thing. They have a great quarterback and tailback back, big offensive line. Wallen-Paulpack brings back a plethora of guys, both offensively, defensively. So, we start with Valley West. I could go on and on. Every team just seems loaded this year. So
you're right, that's for sure. You talk about the cohesion with your coaching staff. Talk about you guys working together and feeling like, okay, we got a lot going for us that we already know each other. It's not like you have to change a whole lot as far as the relationships you have and being on the same page with stuff.
Yeah, most of the guys I've been working with now for many years. Obviously, we mentioned Jamie Higgins before. Jamie's been a huge staple of our staff. He's been from all the way back in the 90s into today. And then the rest of the guys, I either coached them or worked with them for a long time. Guys like Joe Gorton, our defense coordinator, he took over for Jackie Miles 2 years ago, and he's really put his footprint on our scheme and everything like that, and changed a little bit up with that. And then the rest of the guys, Corey Suha, Dave Demas, Jeff Field, they're all former players who loved it and want to stick around, stick with the program, and they make it real easy to come and coach with them every day.
As a head coach now, your role changes a little bit more conversations with some parents and players, a little bit more paperwork and some media stuff. So you're getting the feel for what it's all about, but something that you said that you always look forward to.
Yeah, I always look forward to it. It's fun. It's a lot different, a lot more phone calls, especially whether it's parents or other coaches or other college coaches. A lot more than I ever experienced, and emails and mail and trying to get back to everybody and respond in a reasonable time. But it's all what I wanted and what I was looking forward to this whole time.
Well, Steve, congratulations and good luck in the 2018 season, and we wish you the best as camp approaches.
All right, thank you very much.
Taylor White is with us from Scranton here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking about the Knights football program. And Taylor, let's talk about offensively where you're going to find yourself this year.
I find myself taking in charge of the field, being responsible, having responsibilities, taking in charge in the huddle and on the sideline even if I'm not on the field.
Let's talk about what you bring as a quarterback to this team. You got a big arm, you got some good wheels. Yeah. Do you have some of those leadership abilities?
Yeah, I'm a mobile quarterback. I stay in the pocket if I have to, but if I have to scramble, I go.
How about some of the weapons that you're going to be able to get the ball to this year? Who are some guys, some options that we'll have this year?
We have Ricky Walker. He's fast. I could throw him the ball. He'll get under it. And we have Rado Brown. He's quick. So all I have to do is give him the ball, and he's going.
How about some other guys in the backfield that are going to join you competing for spots?
We have our running back, tailback, James Vieira, and then we got Kazi Terry. Yeah, they're athletic, so.
You can't go anywhere without an offensive line. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, do you have some guys with experience coming back, or you have some new guys fighting for?
We got some new guys, but they're looking good. Our offensive line coach is training them good, so.
How about over on defense? Usually quarterbacks don't get to play much defense. Do you think you're going to talk coaching to being able to play some defense this year?
Yeah, defense is my main goal, so I'm going to have to make plays on defense and offense.
Let's talk about being a part of the Spanish club at school, what that's like.
Yeah, Spanish is fun. We do a lot of activities and stuff, so.
Makes you, of course, much more marketable when you're able to learn another language, be a part of a club, and gain a little bit from that. How about some fun stuff that you guys do off the field when you're not playing football?
We go to swimming and stuff. We go to our friends, swim. We hang out, play Fortnite all the time. And, yeah.
You got a couple siblings, so tell us about who they are and what they're up to right now.
Yeah, Alan White, that's my brother. He's playing this year. Number 26, he's going to be a weapon this year too, probably.
What position for him?
He plays slot, corner, and probably running back.
And then how about your other sibling?
Kiera, she's in college right now in Corning. Yeah, she's doing good. She went to law.
Now down the road, you're talking about maybe being a physical fitness trainer?
Yeah.
What do you like about that?
I just like to be in football environment to help people, help them be good and better and healthier.
All right. Well, we wish you the best this year. It's going to be an interesting year with all our teams here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We wish you the best.
Yes, thank you.
James Vieira is with us. He's a senior here on the John Mendola Show from Scranton. And James, let's talk a little bit about how much work you've been putting into this football season.
This year was a little different from other years. Getting into the gym, our off-season working out this year with this football team was different than any of the other years I was here. We were putting in a lot of work in the weight room and on the field this off-season.
Let's talk about what you think you bring at the running back position, strength, speed, grit. What are some of those qualities you feel like you have?
I guess a little bit of strength, maybe when we're down on the goal line or need a couple yards or something, you got to dig deep and get a couple yards and get something. I think that's something I could bring.
Who are some guys in front of you that you hope will step up this year, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, a lineman, some guys that maybe are showing a little bit in that weight room with some other strength?
I think our linemen are really big up front this year, and they were putting in the work in the weight room this year, so I think they're going to be a huge factor this year.
How about over on the defensive side of the ball? Who's flying around, whether it's in 7-on-7s or practices so far? Who are you seeing?
Defensively, we have a lot of kids coming back who started last year. Rado Brown, Tylil, who just spoke, Grayson Lavelle, who started for the last 3 years, a couple kids like that. So we have a couple kids coming back. I think we're all going to be.
Now, for you, linebacker, inside or outside?
Outside.
Okay. As far as your role there on the outside, what kind of scheme do you guys run? A 4-3, 52, a 4-4? 4-3?
4-3, yeah.
All right, so you got to have a little bit of wheels on that outside to get to the flat.
Speed, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about a couple siblings that you have, Alyssa and Michael, and what they're up to.
My sister is working at a daycare right now. My sister Alyssa is working at a daycare. My brother Michael is working with my dad in construction.
What are some life lessons you've learned from both of them? They try to tell you, hey, this is the way it is. They're a little older than you, so they have a little bit more experience.
Yeah, I guess just the both of them just telling me of past experiences they've had to help me grow in life and stuff that I've came through, similar situations they've helped me out with.
You're doing well in the classroom with a 94 average. You really enjoy history. Is it the teacher that you enjoy, the subject matter?
Yeah, my teacher this year is our offensive line coach, Mr. Higgins, and he's just a great guy. He's awesome on and off the field. So
knows a couple things about baseball too, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's our head baseball coach. Yeah.
He's a good guy, Coach Higgins.
He is.
Down the road, let's talk about life for you, criminal justice or maybe business, or two of the thought process you're having. Are you looking to go to college?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. I do want to help the community with criminal justice somewhere, but I also love the business world, so I do want to do something in that aspect.
And then how about your dad, somebody you look up to, talk about why he's a role model?
Just ever since I was younger, like I wouldn't be where I am right now without him. He helped me even like when I was younger, whether it was playing catch in the backyard with the baseball, football, shooting basketball, playing basketball, shooting hoops, whatever it was in the like schoolwork, helping me with homework, everything. He just helped me out with.
West Scranton, always a great rivalry. Talk about what you enjoy about going against the Invaders.
It's just always it's just always a fun game. The environment's great the whole week, just the atmosphere of the game, in school, out of school, everything's just awesome.
All right, James, thank you for your time, and keep working hard.
Thank you.
Brandon Cruzen joins us from the Scranton Knights here on the John Mendola Show at Arcaro and Genell. And Brandon's heading into your senior year. Let's talk about your work ethic. You find yourself working the hardest you've ever worked going into the season?
Yeah, my senior year, I told myself on the off-season junior year that the start of the season I need to put in everything I have because this is my last shot. So far I feel like I'm putting in everything I have every practice.
Let's talk about offensively, where you're going to play this year and how you feel your offense is looking right now in the preseason as far as summer workouts.
So far I think we're looking pretty good. We have some big linemen, bigger than last year's. And right now I'm at fullback and I'm starting to get the plays down better than last year on offense. I didn't play much offense last year, but starting to get the hang of it.
How about over on the defensive side? You're going to play middle linebacker, a tough role in a 4-3 defense. Talk about just trying to have a nose for the football.
Yeah, it's my first year on varsity level going up to the linebacker, and I played a little bit freshman year, but I need to get used to recognizing the play more than from last year on defensive end. Now I have to follow where the ball is going every play.
Let's talk about your parents and your brother as some role models in your life.
Yeah, my parents, my dad, he brought me into football when I was young, around probably 9, and ever since then I loved it. And my brothers actually work, whenever they're free from work, they work on me with football and just tackling drills and everything up at the Vikings field where I used to play.
How about the life after high school? It's your senior year, you got to start planning for the future. What are you thinking about down the road?
I want to go to college for criminal justice, try to get in a field for that, and hopefully play football somewhere.
How about some of your favorite classes that you have at Scranton?
I really like law. It was the first year I took it this year, and I loved it. And then I like math. I've always been good at math.
Of course, you guys have worked hard throughout the summer. Talk about Coach Shumbris and his attitude. And you guys, you're pretty familiar with the coaches overall. You know your coaches at Scranton, and not much different. I mean, you guys are still going to punch the clock and do what you have to do.
Yeah, it's pretty different, but I like the new workouts we do, and we're more strict in the weight room this year too. Got to get stronger.
All right, Brandon, well, we wish you the best this year. It's your senior year. Go get them, all right?
Thank you.
Kazi Terry is with us from Scranton here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking about the high school football season. It's July, so you guys are going through some summer workouts. What's the effort been like from your team as far as getting there for the workouts?
It's been pretty good. It's been improving from the first time till now. We just keep getting better and better.
Let's talk about what your job's going to be as a senior. You're going to need to have a little bit of leadership. You and some other seniors. How do you get your guys going leadership-wise? Are you a rah-rah guy? Are you a guy who does things by example?
I'm kind of both. Like, I like to lead them by example and like tell them what to do, what they need to be doing, just to get them on the right track.
Let's talk about some guys before you that kind of helped mold you into shape and get you on the right track. Who are some players that you looked up to?
Definitely Reese Green. He was the running back before me. We used to push each other in practice. I see him going hard, I'll go hard. He sees me going hard, he goes hard.
You're also a member of the track and field team. There was some success this year. Talk about what you learned about yourself on track and what were some of the events that you competed in.
I ran the 100 and 200. I realized that I don't have a lot of track speed. More of a football guy, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, there is a difference in that speed, that's for sure. And hopefully you'll be able to finish some runs this year at the running back position. Talk about what you hope to do in that backfield.
I hope to get a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, carry my team.
You got a line in front of you and a fullback who's pretty big in front of you. Talk about those guys. They're going to have an important part in the game as well.
Yeah, we got a couple of new guys on the line, nice and big, physical. They getting better. They're learning quick. They're real quick learners.
Let's talk about learning from your family. You're one of the younger people. You got a bunch of older siblings, and you have a big family. Talk about what you take out of everybody in your family.
My sister, she's more like a supporter. Like, she supports me in everything I do. My brothers really push me. They motivate me. Like, even since we were younger, we always try to be better than one another. Even though they're much older than me, I always try to be on their same level. They really push me.
Talk about your mom and dad as far as what they provide for you, what they try to do to make you the best you can be, and two people you look up to.
Yeah, my mom, she's my heart. She's my everything. She's really who I'm doing it for. Her and my father. My father is why I'm playing right now. He trained me since I was little. When I was little playing football. So. Yeah.
Well, they're doing a great job because you're doing a great job in the classroom. That's the most important thing. Talk about that average of a 92. You enjoy math. What is it about school that you enjoy of being a solid student?
It's really, you just gotta pay attention and do your work. When you pay attention, it's really easy. You know, you just gotta do what you gotta do. The homework, you gotta do your homework. I had to realize that from grade school to now. Homework is a big part of your grade, and eventually you'll get it.
You guys are going to probably fly under the radar. Coach mentioned you guys have a brutal schedule. Every team's going to be really good. But if you guys continue to work hard, there could be some positives this year at Scranton. Talk about what you see right now that you think are the positives for your team if the work continues.
Work continues. We got a nice big O-line. Like, our line is bigger than it was last year. So that's really the foundation of our team. And then our defense, we got a lot of fast guys. We got a lot of people that can make big plays for us this year. And we should be good on both sides of the ball.
Well, Nakazi, we wish you the best here your senior season. Keep working hard yourself, all right?
Thank you.